Welcome to our new website. It's called Us by Stay Home Club, and it's a standalone website devoted entirely to our custom portraits. So we've created a new system for customizing your own portraits, basically having live mock-ups of your characters as you customize them so you can get a good idea of what the final portrait is going to look like. And then we still take it behind the scenes and create it for you, but you get a much better idea of the final product compared to on our old website where you couldn't really see anything and you just had to blindly trust us. And hopefully we didn't let you down. But this is better. So basically we've created this two-step system with an optional third step that we'll cover later. But the two-step system basically comprises formatting your portrait and figuring out what main product you're going to want, and then individually customizing each character, which is the super fun part. On the entire website, you'll have this header menu, which is going to remind you of your steps. If you're on mobile, it's going to be those 3 lines at the top of the screen. You just tap there to open up the menu. But if you're on a computer, you should see it horizontally in front of you. And just in case you miss it there, the main homepage of the website also has these big blocks of color with the steps outlined as well. So step 1 is going to be formatting your portrait, and we'll start there. So here we are in step 1, and I'm not going to take you through every individual option, but I wanted to give you an overview of how the website works. So this step, the portrait step, is going to be where you format and lay out your portrait. It's also where the cost of the product happens, the cost of the portrait happens. So essentially, oh my gosh, I can't speak. Essentially, for the base price of $30, you're going to receive a high-resolution digital file by email, and that $30 also includes up to 4 characters in your portrait. Beyond those 4 characters, it's just going to be a small additional fee of $3 per extra character. But if you want 4 characters, there you go. And if you would rather we do the printing for you, we also offer a 12 by 18 inch art print, which ships within the US and Canada, and that adds $15 to the base price, and that includes the shipping fee. Or if you're in the UK and Europe, you can choose this A4 size giclée print, which actually ships directly from our print partner in the UK, so it gets to you quickly. And that just adds $16 to the original $30 fee. And the cool part about these is that they also come with the high-resolution digital file. So no matter what you choose, when your portrait is finished being worked on by the designer, you're going to get an email with that download link, and you can then take the file and upload it wherever you want. You can put it on social media, you can have whatever you like printed locally or via another website. That's totally up to you. So just to kind of explain the screen you're going to be looking at throughout your experience on this website, here on the left, as you see, we've got a mock-up going. So you saw that it kind of changed as we selected different options. And on the right, we have the options that we're choosing. If you are on mobile, we do recommend doing this on a computer if possible, or a wide tablet. Basically, you want to be able to see these 2 elements side by side. It just makes the whole process a little bit more intuitive. But if you're on a narrow phone, they're just going to appear stacked on top of each other, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a little bit less intuitive. So yeah, if you're on mobile, you're going to be looking at the mock-up and then scrolling down to choose your options and then scrolling back up to look at the mock-up again. So I'm just going to take us through some of these steps. So here on the right, like I said, you have the options area, and the options area is always going to be divided up into a few tabs. You can move through them by clicking directly on them, or you can hit more options as you approach the end of each tab. There's always going to be a section for special requests, and then you're always going to have a summary tab before you finalize the step. So this is where you can double check that everything you clicked is where you want it. And then in each step, finalize, it's what's going to add the element to your cart. So here we go. So here we are in your cart, and here you can see the portrait has been added. The next step is the fun part. It's where we get to start customizing our characters. So we've peppered a lot of reminders around the website just because we know this system is going to take a little bit of getting used to. Here at the top of the cart, it's going to remind you of what needs to be in your cart before you check out. So we have number 1, a formatted portrait. Here we go. And number 2 is your customized characters. So either you use this menu as we showed you before, or you can click right here. And this is going to take you to the character section. The characters that we have are humans, cats, dogs, and other species. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly customize one without going too in-depth on this video. But as you see, we have the same kind of layout as the last step where there's the mock-up and then the options. And this is where the live mock-up really shines because we get to do fun stuff like this. We get to see it all happen before our very eyes, which is cool. When we move through the steps, there are extra steps when it comes to customizing humans because we're complicated. But you basically get to add all of your little elements of each character. You can do special requests. Here's your summary. And we will finalize which adds it to the cart. Here we are in the cart again, and as you can see, I sneakily customize another character. It's magic, the magic of editing videos. So now if I go through my checklist again, I have my formatted portrait, yeah. My customized characters. As you can see here in my portrait, I selected 2 characters, so I customized 2 characters. I did an adult, human, and a cat. And then any additional products you want to order. So you could check out with this cart, no problem. You're going to get your digital file and your 12 by 18 print because we selected those options in the portrait stage, at the portrait step rather. But if you want to take a look at the additional products, you can click there. This takes you to this little collection of additional products. These are totally optional, but we thought it would be fun to partner with some production partners and basically make it possible for you to order fun products directly through us. So you can also order additional copies of your prints, greeting cards that we print in-house, and then these really cool notebooks, zipper pouches, and pillow covers that we have made here in Montreal. They have a longer turnaround time, but they're pretty rad. And then we also offer additional digital formats, which is it for your digital files. If you need them formatted specifically for other websites, or you just want them converted to a JPEG for your Instagram or whatever you want, we can do that for $3 a pop. And I will make a more in-depth video about all the additional products. But the basic thing to know is that they all ship for free, just like the original print, and they're totally optional. So without adding one of those to our cart, these are just the mandatory things that you need to check out with the portrait and the customized characters. And so I've gone through my little checklist. I've made sure I have everything I want. I've checked off this little annoying reminder, and I'm ready to go. And that's basically the basics of how to get through this website.